Welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. As always, I am your host, Akil Stokes, professional Forex trader, trading coach over at tier1trading.com. And if you guys are new, this is a podcast that I release each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, giving you some helpful tips, hopefully walking you on that path or helping you along that path of becoming an independent, consistently profitable trader. Now, if you noticed, I used the word independent, right? There's a big difference between consistently profitable trader and independent, consistently profitable trader, right? Independent means that you're not relying on anyone else. You're not having someone else trade money for you. You're not following another trader via a signal service or a trading form. It means that you have the ability to control your own financial future based on the skill that you have developed in trading the markets. In today's episode, it's going to be a fun one. I'm going to share with you another accountability session. This one from a trader that was on a journey that many of you have also been on. And what I mean by that is this trader kind of fell into the trap of being sold a dream. There's lots of traders out there. We call them social media traders. You see them all over the place on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, sharing pictures with fancy cars, videos of them partying on yachts and holding fans of $100 bills, saying that, hey, if you just join me, you can have this life. And it suckers people in, thinking that they can easily achieve whatever they're flaunting in the social media posts, only to learn that it's not the case. And you can call it what you want. I've never been a part of it, so I can't speak to it personally, but people call them pyramid schemes, multi-level marketing, IML. I don't really know the terms. You've probably heard of it before, but the trader that we spoke to today was sold a dream by one of those companies or people, whatever it is, and learned the rough way that it's not the reality of trading, that most of those people actually don't know what they're talking about. So he kind of restarted his trading, got on the right path, and well, I'll just let you tell him the story for himself.
Tell us a bit about your background, Dario, where you come from, why you got into trading, and a bit about your story.
Okay, cool. So in the last few years, in the last 2 to 3 years, I've just gone through a massive sort of life transitional phase. I was in a job, a government type job, working for a university here. I'm in Brisbane, Australia. I was doing that for 11 years. I had a few different roles, and I was kind of like just doing the stable sort of career life, but I always felt I didn't really want to. I wanted to change from that. I gave that a good go, and that was good, but I always wanted to kind of do my own thing. So sort of in between, I did training as a personal trainer to get into the fitness industry, because I figured that would free me up to just, studying, like further studying, or just doing other stuff with my other things with my time. And then when I finished up at the university, so 11 years into my time there, I was kind of scrambling, because I didn't quite anticipate that getting like starting off even as a personal trainer is just like running a business. You need to put a lot of time into it. You need to be at a certain level before you can really just take it easy, not take it easy, but have some sort of consistency with it. I guess kind of like trading as well. You need to treat it like a business in order to have consistency and to see some sort of result from it. Phil is saying, how old am I? I'm 31, Phil. So yeah, so in that time, actually, when I was getting quite desperate, because my savings was kind of running low. And probably the most like embarrassing tale of coming across Forex, I found out about it through a marketing company, so a network marketing company, which is probably guys in the same as Kittle. Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not the only one. So
You say network marketing. What was it, like an event that had lots of different seminars going on, back of the room sales type thing, or?
Oh no, so I mean, I'm not. It's kind of like doing Amway or whatever, but you're doing it with Forex, which is obviously you can imagine what could possibly go wrong when you're just signing up people and you're getting rewarded just for signing up people, but nobody actually knows how to trade. Nobody knows what they're doing in there. Like at first, I mean, it's all this the glitz and glamour and the appeal of trading, of like work wherever you want, earn like an infinite amount of money. All from the comfort of your PC while on the Bahamas and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And in my time of desperation, I guess I was kind of just like, whoa, what is this? And the biggest benefit I actually got from being part of that sort of stuff, and I wasn't with it for long. I was with it for maybe a few months, and I didn't like. And they actually do a harmonic scanner as well, and that was the big draw card at the time, that anyone can just place these trades. All you got to do is just enter when the scanner tells you that the trade is good, and then but obviously you need to know how to trade still, and the scanner is not perfect. It's just giving you an idea of when things are lining up, but you still have to do your own. You still have to put your own effort into it as well. So
Yeah.
That's for Kimber coverage. Yeah. So that was the biggest thing I actually got out of that was just being put onto the website babypips.com, which I spent my time as a new personal trainer at the gym trying to get my leads every spare minute in the middle of the day that I had. I just immersed myself in Baby Pips. So like I learned that website back to front, and then at the end of it, I figured I would be a pretty competent trader because I seem to have like absorbed the world's knowledge of trading by absorbing Baby Pips, which is I think still from what I've learned from trading from.
Yeah, Baby Pips is a good website.
Sorry,
good website. It's just vast.
Yeah, it's exactly. There's a lot, but I mean the way they deliver the information, it's.
Yeah, what I found is
sorry?
actually there's information on those free sites. There's just so much information, so it's almost like that paralysis thing where you just don't know where to start, or you end up learning so much that you can't actually apply it to anything.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, opposed to somewhere like Investopedia, where the information isn't quite as sexy as it is on Baby Pips, where it's easier to digest and you can easily get excited about write about it, which it is, and that's completely what got me the bug, and that was come this April. That would have been 2 years ago. So I totally got bitten hard by the bug of just learning the technicals, and I always figured that I just completely just want to base everything off. Like learning about harmonic waves and Fibonacci. I was just obsessed. That was it. I was just like, wow. Because then I'd look through the charts and I'd be like, oh, holy crap, like everything that these guys are talking about, I can see right in front of me. And if I would have been in this trade, I would have caught the next wave. And I was just excited at the prospect of being able to to see actually what I was learning. And then, but I just never knew actually what to do with that information. And I'm kind of at that stage. Even now, like up until now, so in that time I traded the demo account, and actually in my demo account, because I didn't know what I was doing at the time, anything about position sizing, I obviously became instantly rich overnight in my demo account. And then I figured, okay, no, I totally know what I'm doing. So then I got a live account, which in Australia actually, leverage our money 500 to 1. So that's our biggest leverage, which is massive, which is huge.
That's a double.
And yeah, exactly. So I blew through a few accounts by just over positioning myself and then moving just a few pips the wrong way, and a very tiny account, which is over leveraged, just gets annihilated. So I chewed up a few small accounts that way, and then I went back to a demo account, and I just kept learning. I actually got put off it for a while because it the sting of it was like, oh man, I thought I knew what I was doing, and so then I got back on the horse, and I just I just haven't been able to keep away from it really. Like I just, not for the sake of thinking that there's any instant gratification anymore, but just because, like, I guess for the same reason most of us are here, because it's just like we love charts and looking at charts and analyzing that stuff. So yeah, so right now I trade a small account, and for the past like 6 months it hasn't really gone up nor down. But I just find that when I was on the demo account, I think when I actually have my real money, it's like, even if it's dollars, it's still, the emotional factor makes it realer, and I feel that the decisions I make are more real, even if it's cents and dollars rather than, hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I think it's a really important point, because one of the things that I was talking about the other day is, I think people they sort of underestimate how serious you need to treat the demo account, because it's when I was demo trading, it was essentially just I was literally playing a year-long game of Monopoly for fake money, and you have to treat the game as serious as you would real money, and to have that dedication to keep showing up, clocking in, clocking out, doing the same thing for no return other than the long game of being successful and disciplined, and there's no other return. There's no other return, and you've got to be willing to do that. You've got to be willing to play a game for however long you're going to plan on demo trading, and I think that's where people
exactly.
And it's very, very easy to just put a trade on your demo account, go away for the weekend, just forget about it, without thinking, actually, if this was my money, I would not be going away for the weekend without managing that position, or taking it off the table, or making sure my stops are in place. I don't even think, when I was messing around with demo accounts originally, before I got to where I am, I would literally just place a trade and not place a stop loss. I didn't really care.
Yeah. Yeah. I know the feeling. Yes.
Even in a demo account, what you find is, even if you lose much more than you're wrong, you end up hitting a 70-to-1 trade, and you make and of course you're profitable over time, because you just don't care. You just let it ride. In reality, you do that, and if you're setting yourself up for bad habits, then you're going to have bad habits.
Exactly, and I'm recalibrating now, like since becoming a part of this community, which has been fantastic, and actually, just seeing all the content that you guys have, for free on YouTube, which I just thought, I just couldn't believe it after everything that I learned with this company, which was just, it was just more of a networking thing. If you can get more people, then you can get paid, but you're not getting paid from trading. Anybody is getting paid from trading, because it's just nobody knows how to trade, and the discipline required and how long it takes and stuff. And now I'm super eager. Like, I'm not eager to obviously, my longer term goal is to make money from trading. I'd like to think that it's not just a fun hobby that I like to look at the charts in. That someday I'll be consistently profitable. But now I'm at the stage where I'm just recalibrating. So even before the demo account, like, I never back tested. I never had a strategy. I never had an entry reason. It was just, I know the market is going to do this, and I just didn't know any better. I hadn't educated myself any better to know that, well, absolutely, it's a system, and you've got to put that system into practice. And it's easy to see, if you put that system into practice, try it. Well, is it going to work? How many times is it going to work? And as Kieto was saying, in what environments is it going to work? So, and that's where I'm at. And to be perfectly honest with you, Jason, this is why I wanted to do accountability, because I want to put it out there. I'm a big Tony fan myself, and I want to put it out there. I want to have this video to come back to and say, this is me. I told the guys on this date that, I was going to take it, 100% serious, put in the effort, treat the back testing like a business, allocate the hours myself, and just do it. But right now, I
was going to say, I tell you what, the network and the accountability factor of the whole program is worth its weight in gold alone. I'll just talking. I think people I think people underestimate that, and I told everyone in the live room yesterday that I was going to have. Well, I told them actually earlier on, just after Christmas, that I was going to have a best-selling book on Amazon by December this
Yes, I
year.
heard. I was there. Yes. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you.
And I'll do it. And not only that, I'm looking at accountability groups that I can get into that are going to hold me accountable to do that. So, away from tier one, I'm joining a publisher who's got an accountability group. And the reason I'm doing that is because I know that by getting around people that are going to hold you accountable, that you're going to do it. So,
Yeah.
it's like make or break. It's so powerful. So I think people underestimate that, and for me, that's a massive part of this, and that's exactly why we do these sessions as well, because you've now said that. You've got a very realistic expectation of it now. You've reset your mind, and you're going for it, and I've no doubt that you'll get there, man.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not being that easy though. I will hold you to it.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I hadn't actually heard. I didn't know what an accountability session was before we started doing these videos, and I just thought, I got to get on that for sure.
It's really just to open out, and the reason it's so powerful doing this is because until this moment, you've probably only had most of what you just told us in your head. You probably haven't told anyone what you've just said, and by releasing
yeah.
Go on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I talk everyone's ear off about trading. People that don't want to hear about trading, people at the grocery store, this unfortunate people that are standing in my way of like me being excited about something, just telling them, but like you guys, I have a partner that sees the amount of like energy I put into it, but that energy just needs to be focused into a structure instead of just me looking at TradingView all day or just just being there. I need to actually have a structure, and this is what I need to hold myself accountable to. Of okay, I have the free time, I have the freedom in my lifestyle right now to be able to set aside 3-4 hours off the day, but I need to set myself realistic goals of okay, I'm going to be backtesting in this time, I'm going to go for this many targets. I need to get solid with the rules of my strategies. Which strategies am I going to try? And right now, I've got a little bit of paralysis, and I'm just procrastinating. Where I could be just having I could be utilizing this time. Like if it was one of these guys that have on-call jobs that aren't permitted this sort of thing. It might be different. So I need to really kind of I'm kicking my own butt into gear.
Yeah. Well, it's perfect timing for this session then. I see. Sometimes you go to the gym. I've been to the gym at like 6 in the morning before and seen some 70-year-old man on a treadmill, and I just think, what's my excuse? That's brilliant, man. What are you? What style of trading have you sort of warmed to?
Well, to tell you the truth, Jason, I'm still, I don't know, like I wrote down like all the like there's a bunch of different strategies and ones that I picked up from different places, which I thought, okay, I just need to go in for something simple, like as soon as I see an engulfing candle on a 4-hour, I'm gonna come up with something where I can just utilize those, but that doesn't really appeal to me. The risk reward doesn't really appeal to me. So right now I've narrowed it down to either continuation or counter trend, and as Akil's always said, he came to a stage where he found that he had to choose one or the other because there were conflicting sort of ideas there, and I'm not at that stage right now. Like I watched the video that you did on the continuation trade, and I loved it, and I've like on my notes I've got like a little checklist next to each of those points to go through, and when I'm going to look for the trade and tick it off as I go. So I'm between continuation, counter trend, fib inversion, so one for every scenario really, if a situation. The reversals, which I need to get solid with the rules for, if entry, the double tops and all that sort of stuff, head and shoulders. Sorry?
So would you be using reversals in a trend continuation, or would you?
Oh no,
On the
just a larger, like to look at the larger move. Yeah, at the end,
right,
once that exhausts,
sure.
and I'm going for the larger move. And but patterns is something that's always like because that was really my first exposure into forex being patterns. But I just you know what I just can't see them very well. I love the idea of patterns, and I can draw one and I can tell you the ratios probably, but looking through a chart, I just don't think I've put myself in front of the chart for that long to be able to discipline my eyes to just pick them, and I just to pick. I mean, yeah. So I'm in a little bit of paralysis right now.
Yeah.
You know, I know that cipher, bat, Gartley, butterfly. That's what I'm looking for. But I just need to choose one, choose a pair, and just go nuts, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. So, is there any? How long have you been with Tier One? Is it from the launch?
Yes, absolutely. Like as soon as as soon as whatever was happening with you guys last company last year, and I was like eagerly just like, man, something's gonna pop off here. I gotta catch this wave. I gotta be ready for what these guys do next. And yeah, so from day dot. So yeah.
Right, yeah, yeah. And has there been anyone in particular who you've sort of been close to in the community you've been working with, or?
Well, as Kietel, and I think I had a better crack at your name that time, Kietel. As Kietel mentioned before, the regulars like Gab is awesome. People like that in the community because, yeah, I don't even Kietel. I'm a silent observer right now in the forums. If I just to see the people contribute is just like is awesome. But I like once I actually start back testing and I have the frustrations of doing that, I'm sure that like all of these guys are going to be awesome to just be like,
Yeah,
Bent, what do I do here? I've had enough, or what do I do next? I don't know. So, but no, there's so many people in the forum which are in the community have been great.
yeah, sure. Well, that's good to hear. Have you got any? I know you said that you're taking it seriously. You've got a realistic goal and everything. But is there by any certain deadline or time frame that you want to get to a certain level by, or hit a milestone by? And what is that?
I want to think that I had back tested at least one strategy that I can apply, and similar to Kettle, I want to. I'm thinking that the 4 hour is my starting point, just to set myself something that I believe for my lifestyle is going to be realistic, like instead of just biting off more than I can chew, and so just to have one strategy out in 1 month to back test, which I don't think is going to be. I think is going to be achievable. The biggest, drawing up the charts is fun, but just putting in the data is obviously the painstaking part.
So what, a month?
Collating that data. A month from now, I would like to think that I can at least say that I've tested trend continuation on the Euro US, and then I don't know whether this is I've been doing this for 2 years, but I don't know whether this is unrealistic. But if I'm putting it out there, it can't be unrealistic. I just have to go through with it. So I'm saying in a year that even if it's the tiniest amount, that I'll be moving forward in an account.
Yep.
I'll be confident in that any trade. Because right now I'm experiencing. I see the awesome ideas you guys post up, and I'm tempted because I just think, well, like everyone is, you guys are pros, but as we know in this community, like unless you've actually tested that with how your eyes work in the market and how you like what rules you've defined for taking those trades, well, just forget about it because you're going to be upset when you take something and it didn't quite go like you expected. So
absolutely, and the main thing on that is consistency again. Because if you just take a shot at something that someone else takes, you're not going to be consistent doing that. And
yeah, exactly. I know why you're doing it.
Yeah, and you'll take a loss, and then you'll try and make the money back, but you can't make it back doing the same trade because you don't know what you're doing. So you've basically lost money,
yeah.
and all it causes is frustration.
Yeah.
It causes revenge trading, forcing trades, and then you're just spiraling out of control. And I'd say this because I've done it, and we've all done it, or most people have done it in here. So I'm just telling you from my own experience that is definitely what it did to me.
Yeah, yeah. And but I'm looking forward to the day that I'm back tested enough that I can actually like right now I look at the charts, I'm excited, I can draw up stuff and take a make a prediction on what's going to happen. Though I'm just I just feel like I need to be doing something. If I have the time, I'm looking at the charts. Then right now I'm probably forcing ideas that I haven't tested before. So to be at the point where I just know, boom, I have the signals that I need for my
Yep.
for my strategy. This is me. I'm taking the trade. I can even walk away from it. Obviously, I'd probably want to manage the position, but I'd be confident to walk away with it. Let it ride out. Don't be tempted to kind of take it out when it got close to my target. Then I'll be happy with my progress in trading.
Awesome.
And I'm saying that's going to be at the end of the year.
That's really good to hear, man. Really good to hear. All right. Well, any questions for Dario from anyone? I've really enjoyed all of these. Anyone got any questions for Dario before we close him down?
So I think Gabrielle said, where can the community help? So thanks, Gab. So just by this, just what I'm doing here. So I have time. I'm telling you guys. So I can't hide from that truth that I actually have the time to allocate to back testing. I'm just information overload right now. So I just need to do that. And
Sure.
Andrew
Andrew
said, is there any other?
Andrew says, how do you handle the information overload? Andrew, if you go through the program from start to finish, you shouldn't have an information overload. You'll naturally find what suits you most. And the beauty of the whole program is you only learn what you need to know to move forward. It doesn't teach you everything about everything. It just gives you the tools and that you need to be a consistently profitable trader. So there isn't an information overload in the program. I would recommend just going back, taking your time, go from the beginning right through and do it properly. Look to do it over several months.
So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Again, these accountability sessions are so powerful for various reasons. Not only does it hold the trader accountable, sharing their dreams, sharing their journey, and really opening up to the community, but it also allows our newer community members to see that they're not on an island, right? Most of the time as traders, because no one really knows what we do, right? We feel like we're on this island by ourselves and no one can understand our struggle, and we're left with just us and our own thoughts, and well, typically that doesn't end too well. So by hearing the story of another trader, by seeing others that are in the same situation as you, it kind of gives you that little boost of empowerment, that little bit of motivation needed to say that, hey, we can do this together, right? And when you surround yourself with successful people, it's amazing. The chances of success seem to go up. I don't know how that happens, right? It's kind of odd. Must be magic. But if you guys are interested in joining the accountability session, it is open to our trial members, right? You can come in and listen. You can come in and share. Sign up for that trial membership. Go over to our website, tier1trading.com. There's a button there that says start your 14-day trial. You get access to our trading software. You get access to our live trading rooms, both the London session and the New York session. You get access to our daily trading edge videos, the emergence training course, and of course, our Friday accountability session. So if you like what you heard here, come and join us, hang out. Feel free to share if you would like as well. I know the waiting list gets kind of long, but shoot me a message if you're a trial member and maybe we can bump you up there a little bit. But until next time, plan your trade, trade your plan. As always, continue to like, share, and subscribe if you're new to this podcast. This is the fastest Forex trading podcast out there. I'm so excited for that. But I'm not settling. There's so much further we can take this, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys right next to me.